It's a Blossoms podcast. It's a Blossoms podcast. It's a Blossoms podcast. It's a Blossoms podcast.
Live from Blossoms HQ.
Ciao.
Oh, that was so much nicer. And relevant
Yeah,
as the traveller returns.
Exactly.
Welcome back, Tom.
Thank you, guys.
Tom's been in Naples and Amalfi.
The Amalfi Coast. Fuck.
You've been in Naples. I've been at Staples.
Hey.
That's
I've
it,
been
mate.
unable.
Right.
I've been pulled.
What?
What? You could.
Staple. I'm sorry.
No.
It was
I
bad,
like
wasn't
paper.
it? I like.
So you had fun then?
Bless you.
Sorry, I've got a really bad itch in my nose on set.
Right.
Hay fever.
Squidgy nose.
Right, I'm back.
Good.
Yeah, it was
Talk to me.
fantastic. What do you
Favourite
wanna
place
know?
you've been?
Have you been before?
No.
Have I been before?
No.
Okay.
You've not been to.
Sorry.
Blessing you again.
Pollen.
It's just like an itch, like right there. Anyway,
Favourite
Yeah, no.
place?
it's one of.
Yeah.
So we stayed on the Amalfi Coast at first. So it's not you fly into Naples and you drive like an hour and a half. Hour
But
and
that's
20.
class though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's scary to drive.
Did you drive?
Kate
No.
drove.
Oh, was it like windy
car
roads
job?
and
It's
stuff?
insane, the driving in Italy.
Are they just ruthless?
Yeah. Like, they don't give a fuck.
I'm going. I'm going in a few weeks.
Are you going to Naples?
Yeah.
And the Amalfi?
Driving. Got a car.
We hired a Fiat 500X. A
Convertible.
little bit bigger.
Little bit
No, we
bigger.
didn't have any
My
convertibles.
mum's got one of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the
I've
X?
got a convertible.
Just a little bit
Okay.
bigger than the Fiat
Ah.
500.
X, not XL.
Yeah. But no, it was mint. Stayed in a
Lots of
little
nice
place
food.
called Nocelle,
The gel.
which was like about a 15-minute drive from Positano. And it's not actually that far, but it's so hilly and you can't drive fast because it's so windy. It takes
Yeah.
ages to get anywhere. So it's probably like at 1.5 kilometres from Positano, but
It just takes forever,
Fuck,
yeah.
he's
into
been,
the
he's been in
hills.
Italy for so long. He's talking kilometres. I know. Yeah.
well, it was class. So
I saw
went
you
to
on a boat.
Pompeii, didn't you?
went to Pompeii. That was the
Sorry.
first day.
Wow, did you?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always wanted to go Pompeii.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
it like?
I'm going as well.
Insane.
Is Pompeii close then?
Well,
So are you near like the volcano then?
Vesuvius.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's like
Wow.
in between Naples and the Amalfi Coast. So we were
Fucking
passing
hell.
by Pompeii. That's why so that was when we landed. We got the early flight, which I will highly recommend. Early flights are the way
Oh,
forward.
yeah, you sent a text like at
I
8
love an
a.m.
early-
or something.
I love an early
It
flight.
was fucking bot. Was in Pompeii at like midday.
Class.
I'm not-
Woke up here.
I'm not here for the early flight.
What about
No,
what,
it's
what,
well better.
what
Joe.
about
You get more.
yeah,
You
but
get the day.
I'm
what
not-
about all your gear
I'm not
though?
about- I'm
you
not-
can't check. Sometimes check into a
yeah, when
hotel
you
like
can't
4
check-
o'clock. You got
when
all
you
your
can't
gear on you.
You left. We left the gear in the car.
That's what I mean. It's just I'm just not. I'm not here for the early flight, mate. Personally,
Theft.
because I think it's holiday, and
I
like, I
like
want
the
to go
early
to
flight.
fucking do fuck all. So I
Well,
want to get in there. I want to wheel in. I want to put the bag. And also,
Well,
when
I will say this. While I've been,
yeah.
if you want a holiday to do fuck all, I wouldn't say that's the place to go.
Do you know what? We should have a review of
well, no,
yours.
but again, that's
when you
because
get
you
it.
wanted to do them things.
It depends. I think
Do you know what I mean? Like I've got like you
it's
went,
not a drop and flop. Do you know what I mean? It's
but you went. You
very hilly and
You
high.
went to like you
Climb
got
and
like, you
drop.
got like an Airbnb and
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like I've got like a fucking stupid hotel.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's different.
In
with, like,
Naples?
with like a fucking no. It's like outside of Naples, out in the countryside.
Oh,
and
nice.
with like a fucking infinity pool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's like with the place you just do. It's like anything, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can go like the days on the Amalfi, like that's hilly
Yeah.
and like a lot of walking, which is boss. but-
Fucking my scene.
no, it was great. That town's or village is tiny.
Yeah.
One road in and one road out.
Love it.
Like
Sounds like Stockport.
bus comes every hour. You have to
Fucking now
walk
it
over
does.
this mad little bridge to get to where it was. Lovely people who ran the B&B.
Is Naples a city?
Boss. Naples is, yeah.
Yeah.
The region.
That's where
is
it's
it Campania, the region?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's where Sophia's family from.
We
Naples.
stayed in Naples last night, so we only did one night in Naples.
Ah.
Where
Rest
did you
of it
stay
was
last
on-
night?
Say that again, mate.
Where did you stay last night?
In Naples, mate.
In Naples.
Whereabouts?
It's near like it's in the old town where there's boss like vintage shops and like
I am excited to go vintage shopping there. I love vintage shopping.
yeah, the vintage shopping was insane.
Did you
That's
get any
what
gear?
yeah, look, we had to buy another suitcase the amount of gear.
Nice.
But it's really well like priced. And
How
stuff.
was the boat that you I saw
So
you
that was on the
boat?
Amalfi? Yeah, hired a
Yeah.
boat, which was class.
Hide a water whip.
Well, we wanted to do like a proper boat trip, and we went there, and he was like, "We don't have any like captains or whatever to take you out."
I'll be the
But
captain.
they went, "We've got some self-drive boats." And we were like, "What? We can just drive
It's
it."
even more fun though, surely.
Because
Yeah.
that's better. I suppose you went up not thinking you could just
Well, I
do
thought
that.
it'd be like dangerous stuff, but they were like, "No, it's fine." Obviously, it's quite laid back in places.
It's
Yeah,
class,
It
that.
was like this mad little place along the Amalfi where it was like a cove beach where we had like some lunch. It was boss, to be fair.
Do you know
But
what
yeah, I loved it. Driving up and down on a boat. It was
Mint.
class.
You know what? That's what. So the reason I'm going is just because me and Sophia, like, we need to go on holiday. We couldn't pick anywhere. We're trying to pick. You know what I mean? Looking everywhere, and we watched Talented Mr. Ripley, and Sophia was just like, "Fuck it, I'm booking it. I'm
Yeah.
booking there." And then obviously Katie was like, "Fucking hell, you going there? That looks mint." And then she rang me and was like, "I'm gonna get Tom somewhere for his birthday. It's like a surprise getaway." She was like, "I might go Naples," and I was like, "Looks fucking incredible."
We really, really liked it. It's kind of got more of an edge to the other cities, I would say.
Mhm.
It's a bit like, I don't want to say rougher because it sounds like it's
Sounds
a
a
negative
negative,
thing,
yeah.
but I like that. You know
More
how
of a
like you
vibe.
would say New York's rougher than LA?
Yeah.
It's got like that gritty kind of,
An edge.
yeah. And we
Gnarliness.
stayed in probably like the equivalent of like the Lower East Side in Naples.
Mm.
It was just cool. Do you know what I mean? Bustling, loads of people about, loads of Boss vintage shops.
Yeah.
Everywhere you went for a coffee, it was Boss.
Coffee.
Honestly,
That's just Italy, though.
I
think
drank too much yesterday though.
Class.
You
Oh,
like that.
anxiety.
By the end, I
Coffee
was like,
anxiety.
why do I feel anxiety? I was like,
you had
Well,
20
first time I've
coffees.
ever had it though.
Yeah.
coffee anxiety gives me.
Caffeine's heavy.
I can only have one coffee a day now.
See, I'm like, I need to strip it back. I had one this morning in Naples.
I've drank that much
That's
coffee. I
mad,
need
innit?
to
Just
sleep
go
now.
back.
Do you? Okay, your dad does.
Honestly,
Oh, my dad, like, you know, like if we're on the piss and that, and you like, you get in at like 2 a.m. The first thing's like, get the kettle on.
it's a very old school
That's
thing.
very
that.
old school.
Yeah.
Nice,
Get the
that.
kettle on, like
Yeah,
when you come
I'll
in
have a cup
2
of tea when I come in
or
at 2 in the
What
morning.
is
Do
that?
you?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that
That's
to like,
mad,
is
that.
that
Cozy
to like
tea and
widen down or? Because I just have
I
had
just
a
fucking
water.
get straight in
I
bed.
won't have a
usually
coffee,
with
but I'll
Mackey's
take
on my
tea and
mouth.
toast.
Yeah.
Tea and toast is a vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think out else to report.
As well, I was going to say, has anyone else been
good
on like
fun.
holidays that they've really enjoyed in the past?
Oh, side note, we went to Ischia for the day.
What's that?
I would highly
The
recommend
island.
going back there.
What
yeah.
is that?
That's where they filmed the backdrop of
Yeah, I went
Talented
to
Mr. Ripley.
I went to
the
the bit
monastery.
yeah.
What's
The
this?
hotel, innit, that?
What the
Monastery's
thing?
a hotel.
It's like a castle, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you can stay there.
Wow.
Tight.
Yeah, that was boss. Got a boat to Ischia.
What's Isha?
It's like
Ischia
an
there, or-
island. So
Oh,
you've got
right,
like
yeah.
Naples, and the Amalfi, which is
sorry.
obviously attached to Italy,
Yes.
and then just outside of it you got Capri, or
Fort
like an
Capri.
island, and then you got Ischia. So we went to Ischia, which was just like a boss. Hired a scooter
Nice.
and just got
Fucking
about.
mad.
Went to like the beach, went to a boss restaurant. But we only
Nice.
had like the day there.
So, oh yeah, because
We
you
got the ferry at,
boat
like,
over, yeah.
8:30 in the morning from Positano.
Did you plan any of this before you went, or did you
No, we
just
just
go
did
and
it
do
on
it
the
all?
fly.
That's a vibe. that.
Katie
Don't plan
and
shit.
Tom's travelling, like when they go on holiday, gives me so much anxiety. It always works for me, and it's
Rogue.
great, but it gives me.
I'm
I
half
would
and
never
half.
be able to do that with Sophia, would I? Like sometimes you're on the train, like even just if it's like London, you're like, I'm like, where are you staying? Like, don't know, not booked it yet. I'm like, that's fucking
Freestyle.
I've learned to be a bit like I'm a.
It's
I'm
good.
More,
It's good. It is good.
I prefer more of a plan than Katie does. She's far more like it'll be fine.
But if things
and it
don't,
always is fine.
But the
and
thing
it-
is,
it is quite adventurous.
if
Like
things don't go to plan, you let down.
Always,
them.
everything always
but like,
works
what's
out.
the worst?
Which is good.
There's
that
always
you don't
something,
plan
do you
something.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, But no, it was good. Like we planned a few. What did we do? We knew we had things we knew we wanted to do. Like we went on a pizza cooking course.
Did you?
Yeah, in
Nice.
Sorrento.
Can't wait
So like
to
I
try
booked that the day before once we landed and stuff. But I knew I had a quick look on my phone at like places that looked good. So there's a few
What's
things.
Sorrento saying? That's where I'm going. To be fair, Sorrento. It's more.
Really nice, yeah. Again, it's like Positano, Sorrento. They're all kind of. I don't want to just say the same because it sounds like that's a negative thing. But they're
No,
like
it's not, yeah. I
really
know what you
hilly,
mean. Yeah.
beautiful little places. But they are quite busy.
Very picturesque.
Depends what time of the year you go. There's a lot of tourists there,
I can imagine it's going to be.
so it's like the roads are rammed.
Yeah.
But you can like if you've got a car. We drove to a place called Ravello, which was like an hour away, which was nice. Yeah, it was just like good exploring.
I can't wait. To be fair, I'm dead
Yeah.
excited.
Sorry, what was you saying, man?
It's been sunny for us
Yeah.
back in Stockport
Oh,
slash
nice.
wherever we've been. So
Been good. Me and you went on a walk.
we did actually. and
Wow.
It was
With our
do you know what
dogs.
was nice? Seeing you outside
Hey.
of business hours. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was good. It was actually
Fake
really
friendship.
nice.
Business hours.
No, yeah. Well, yeah. I've never been to Happy Valley, even though I live quite close. It's not Naples, is it? But it's nice.
Hey,
Um,
it's fucking lovely up here.
but it's a lot vaster than I thought. A lot. I don't know. It's,
Big, I've
it's
had a
just
few
bigger.
strolls down there
Joe's
recently. It's
like
nice.
an official tour guide a bit.
Well, no,
isn't
because
It
I
was like-
text you saying, what's it saying? You were like, I'm going there. And I was like, fuck it. So me and Emily went down in Kiwi and Pep.
Yeah.
I've seen the
We
"Do
had a
Not
good time.
Approach This Man" posters around Happy Valley. It's just
me.
Joe's
It's
face.
my-
yeah. This man will talk to you about kingfishers.
for several hours.
I was impressed with your knowledge of the land and like the
Thank
flowers and like the community. It's like, hiya mate, how you doing and all that. Like it's,
Man of the people.
yeah, earthing on the
Decent
tree.
Donovan, the people's friend.
I was
cozy.
wounded on Sunday though, because I sent out a text.
Oh.
Obviously, you were away, but thought the rest of the lads about sun was shining. I was down Happy Valley actually, just going across the stepping stones, dead nice. And on the way I saw loads of people at the pubs and stuff like that. I was thinking, I'd fucking love a pint outside now in the sun. So I sent a text out, I don't fancy a pint in a pub garden later.
Well,
then get home,
Read no reply.
thunderstorm.
Oh.
Really? I nearly texted you saying
So sad.
I didn't want to be that guy.
No, Joe. I also knew there was a
I knew
thunderstorm.
These guys had
Thunderstorm
intel, but they didn't have the heart to
Weather
tell me.
I just didn't.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
because I was
wanted
when
to
you
stop,
text
but-
over, Josh. I was here putting my MG back in like
Because it was going to
back in the
rain.
garage because it's raining and my Vespa.
I could have cried.
That's what
I
I mean.
still might.
I was like,
Josh.
and I was like, oh,
I didn't know about the thunderstorms, but this is so me. Joe will say it's so me. I had my car out. The minute I took it back in here, I shut the roller shutter door.
I'd piss it on.
I'd just been golfing as well. Started raining.
A newbie, he's so
Literally.
don't plan
Wow.
like do you know what I
Poured.
mean? Like he's got a vintage car like me, right? You've got to look after, haven't you? You don't want it to be in the rain, don't need it wet, you want a dry store, all that. Charles just gets about in it. Do you know what I mean? I'll put it away in the garage and now it starts pissing down. I'll take it out.
I sound
dry
like
as
a
anything.
cunt. Golfing in a vintage
I
car.
know, yeah. We've lost touch.
How was
You know.
your weekend, Chaz?
Really good, you know.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't really sound thingy, but
No, I just heard myself go, yeah.
I think
Anyway,
Tom going away.
coffee, man. Fucking
Tom
hell.
going away forced a bit of a break in a busy time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it was
Did though,
nice.
didn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like when one of us is away, you
Fancy
can't
it this
really-
weekend
no,
as
I
well.
can't do anything.
I said to Miles, I was like, well, because we carpooled over to the studio, and it was just like,
You got a hole in one, didn't you?
If you-
Wait, what? Sorry. That coffee.
I was like, it feels like ages since we've done anything. You know, even though it's
Yeah.
been 4 days or something,
Yeah.
whatever.
I think it's because we were proper busy, weren't we? So having that like little,
Yeah.
just like a few days.
I'm
do you know what I mean?
insane with it though. Like I was like, get me home now.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
After like 4
Can't
days,
turn
I
off.
was like, yeah. It's not too long, but too long without being, I would say, productive. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm
Oh,
not very
yeah.
good at
Do you
like.
think it's too long just because we're in like the middle of a campaign?
Well, yeah,
about
it's
to-
still busy. But even
Like
then,
if it
I'm
was at the
still
end
not-
of a campaign, you know what I mean? You'd probably do a week, couldn't you? Easy.
Yeah, even then, I still find
Good to
it was
recharge
good,
the
though. It was
batteries.
good while being
Yeah,
there.
it
But
is
I was
good.
like, I was excited to get back and attack the shit
Attack.
we need
I'm
to
weird.
do.
Do you know what I was going to say this. I'm weird with holidays. I always look forward to coming home.
Yeah, it's nice.
Like it's weird, and I sometimes feel dead bad. Like people are like, are you fucking joking? I fucking buzz off coming home. Do you know, like tours and stuff like that? Fucking love it, and I love going away and stuff. But I also like when it's like, oh, it's home. I'm like, oh yeah, I get to go home now.
You're so
like
cozy about
coming
your
home.
own bed.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I mean,
like
obviously,
coming home.
it's different for us, innit? We've not got like a fucking 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. We're very privileged to just
100%.
work
Do you know
our
what, I
own
was-
hours.
I was
but
like
we,
that. I was like that when I was when I thingy.
Mm.
When I was in an apprentice, when I was in my own job, I was
Brings you
always
comforts,
like,
innit?
even when I was little.
There's
I
something
always
nice
liked
about coming home, isn't there? And
Yeah.
have you noticed on the way home, it's always quicker?
I just think
Yeah.
it's
Always
Interesting.
thought that.
there's a weird negative, isn't there? I'll tell you what did happen when you were fucking gone. Actually, fucking Northern Lights.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
What a wild
Someone
weekend it's
explain
been.
That was we were in your garden, weren't
Did
we?
they
Yeah.
go over?
Yeah, it's Northern Lights was in the
It was a
sky.
solar storm.
Do you know what? Shit though.
You know what?
It
Shit
looks
to the
better
eye.
in fucking
Shit to the eye, great
on
on your
camera.
phone. Get on
It's
this.
all-
No,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other way
yeah.
around, isn't it?
No.
it's not.
It's
So
not.
I heard Rob Beckett talk about this, and it made me feel better because I saw it and first, I didn't know what it was. I said to Sophia, I was
Yeah.
like, "Look, that just looks like a bit like light pollution or something."
How disappointing must
That's
you been
Miles' garden.
if you'd
Oh,
go
wow.
to Northern
Yeah,
like the actual Northern Lights and you couldn't see it?
Fucking
You weird,
hell.
wasn't it? It was
Do
good
you know what I
though.
mean? Look, we had a good show in Miles' garden.
Quite clockwork elves, isn't it?
Do you know what though? It was like it didn't look anything like that. They look amazing. They're good photos, I'm just. But it didn't look fuck all
No,
like
it was
that.
just,
Like,
it was just like a white band.
yeah, it looked almost looked like light
You
pollution.
couldn't see any of the like strands or any of the.
And I-
What is
intricate-
that then?
Rob Beckett went it because all the exposure in your camera. That's why. And Rob Beckett went. He said he'd been to Iceland and he'd seen him there, and he said that both times exactly the same. He's like, on your camera it looks mint, but he's like, you better googling photos and looking at them.
Yeah.
because that's a better.
Well, at least we
experience.
didn't have to go to Iceland.
We went
to
to Iceland and didn't see him.
When?
Got up especially early to see him and
When
didn't
the
see him.
fuck did you go Iceland?
2017.
Oh, with your mates and that, yeah.
Sheen, Joe Light,
That's when you had-
Jord.
I was
ragu in a bag.
gonna say, do you know what's harsh? Like,
Findus.
imagine people who've like been to Iceland like
This
even
is
like
what
a
I'm
few
saying.
times, still never seen them, and then imagine they missed it the other day, and
Fuming.
they're like, never seen them, and it's like in the back
Wasn't
garden.
meant to be.
But yeah, I don't know. I just thought
What
average
are
lights. Average lights.
It's a solar. It's a
No, but what
solar
are they?
storm.
Yeah, it's like a solar.
It's like I think there's something.
Is
when
it something to do with like the
sun-
atmosphere and shit?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
lights.
It's all confusing.
It lets out like a
It's
burst.
like pigments in it and stuff.
Do you know
like
what? It did look quite. I mean, you couldn't really
Aurora
fucking see it, to be
Borealis
fair.
is the term, innit?
Excuse me.
that.
And it's in the song I Ran by Flock of Seagulls.
What? That's the official name for Northern Lights.
Yeah, Aurora Borealis. Yeah.
Aurora Boring Alice.
What else is
A
there?
rather boring Alice.
So yeah, I just thought we'd talk a little bit about holidays.
Do you know
and little things?
what else I did this weekend as
Go
well?
on the mush.
Steen.
Barbecue.
Seen the
That
name
was his
still
birthday,
makes
wasn't
it
it?
It was his birthday. Yeah.
man.
He had a barbecue.
Oh, how was that?
Do you know what I love about English barbecues? You get that waft of freshly cut grass, don't you?
Oh,
Yeah.
You get the smell of the smoker.
Boss.
Everyone stood about with a little stubby beer, just
You
talking
loved those
shit.
stubbies, didn't you?
It's just you don't get that in any other country, do you? Really? Do you know what I mean?
America's
Do you know what
quite
it is?
bad.
It's a
I
novelty.
feel it's
innit?
good because we're deprived of good weather
Yeah.
for like most of the fucking year. When it comes through, it's like a fucking exaggerated like reaction,
Do you
innit?
make- yeah.
Everyone's quick, cut that, do that, fucking shorts on. It's mad, innit?
Do you know what makes me
It's
laugh?
so
When it happens,
intense.
the fucking beer gardens and pubs are
Oh.
fucking rammed, aren't
People
they?
like topless and stuff.
To be fair, we went for a beer after that. How fast did I drink that beer?
Yeah, you next. What is it? Lime top, lemon top.
No, a lager top or
Lager
lemonade top.
Lemonade top. Yeah, you just like that. It's just there's something about it, isn't there?
There's something about just like having a beer like that.
Do you think
the
if
sun,
we
it
lived in
just
a
fucking
country,
goes.
obviously like LA is the obvious one, it's fucking sunny all year
No.
round. Do you think? No, but do you think it would? It wouldn't be as good, would it?
No,
You get used
them
to it.
countries don't have the same drinking thing, but it's like people drink more socially there, which is nice.
No, this
think
is what I mean.
we drink socially. Like when you go to the pub, you go with like your mates and that, and you want to go in a beer garden, and it's a social thing. But because, like you said, then because it's like more deprived, it's like you don't really sit there and just smash pints. Do you know what I mean?
Can we stop talking about the pub?
Sorry, mate. Yeah.
oh man,
Josh has got the.
did you go
shakes.
to the pub this weekend though?
No, I didn't get my dream. I genuinely, I could have cried. I just,
Man.
everyone looked like they're having a
Get
really
it in
nice
your head,
time.
don't
I feel like I should have
It's still
told you, but I
me.
didn't want you. Do you want you to be? I didn't want you because you were like,
no.
is anyone fancy the pub? It's boss whatever. I didn't want to be like, it's thunderstorming later.
I was
Just
like, I was
no.
at Formby, man. It was didn't have any signal. Do you know what I
It
mean?
wasn't meant to be, was it?
We also played cornhole.
Oh, I love that
this
What
weekend.
a game!
What is
Cornhole
that?
is.
We played
Explain.
cornhole
The one with
before.
the little ramps with a hole in it, and you've got a beanbag and you throw it in.
It's like a professional sport,
That's
isn't it?
That's quite year one though, isn't it?
Yeah, it
It's
is
very
actually.
He's
Yeah.
like the king of an Amazon delivery. He gets parcels every day. You never know what's going to be in it. And he opened this box, and it was the cornhole, and it was literally just like 2 pieces of plywood, 4 beanbags, £100.
100 quid.
Go to B&Q and make
Could
it
have
yourself.
made it.
I think it's in high demand because of the summer. And My dad-
easy just make one.
my dad, I think my dad made it.
Was it your dad?
Good that one.
Gaz
Yeah, that
made
was
the
good.
beer puppeteer.
That's
Yeah,
mad.
that is
That is-
good.
what a game that is.
Yeah,
Let
that's
the
good,
strings.
Yeah. Watch your teeth when you're doing it though, because of the glass. But
Disclaimer.
Do you know what?
Talk sport.
Do you know what well, weirdly,
so talk sport.
we did all these games didn't we, for Tom's Stag Do because
Yeah.
you couldn't travel anywhere.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that was
just
all
in
here,
here,
wasn't it?
wasn't
So
Oh,
I,
shit,
we
yeah.
got all them.
That's right. That was a
sorted
boss
it
night.
out.
That was a
I
good
had
night,
COVID,
that,
didn't I?
Do you know what? That was
yeah.
Your shirt's still upstairs from the stag.
Boy.
Do you know what? I've got my Stag Do coming up soon.
What are you gonna
What are you
do?
going to do for it?
I think.
Did everyone
think
get
you
the wedding
say?
things by the way?
Yeah,
Save the
yeah.
dates.
I sent a message.
Oh, did you?
I sent a
Thank
message.
you.
I said, "Hack you."
Thank you, Tom.
You've probably not sent me one, have you?
Check your junk folder.
You and Katie.
What's the point?
You had to pay by number.
Yeah, on
And
the,
he
is it an email one?
Yeah, but it was like up to 60, and the next one's like up to
Yeah.
100, and it's like double the price.
Yeah.
It was like
If it's people you can just
we were
tell.
like 3 people over. It was like Sophia's mum, my mum and dad, and then like
Yeah, they
you
don't
was
need
like
it.
I'm not paying like double the price just
No.
to send 3 emails.
Are you gonna go Kenda? Is that what you're gonna do?
Well, I thought. Do you know what I mean? I've got a lot of mates. I'd love to go to like. I love Pisa. I'd love
Why
to
we
go
go
somewhere.
Naples?
I'd love to go to Italy or something.
Let's go abroad. Fuck this country, honestly.
Do you know what? Because
Let's
I didn't
go
get to go
abroad.
abroad for mine. Let's go.
Should we? Well,
Do you know what? I'll have my 30th. You can have your.
Yeah, well,
Fucking my
joint
30th.
one.
I'll have
missed
my
out.
wake.
You'll
I think we
you'll
should
never
go.
let that go. You're 30.
Let's go Italy. Italy's boss.
No, but you know what I'm like. I want to go bougie.
Half the people won't go.
And there's
If
like,
you
yes,
want
I've got
what
a lot
you're
of mates.
having,
I've got a lot of mates
Keep
who
it
are like, I
local.
want to think
You'll have
about.
everyone there.
But then I suppose I could do 2. Well, I could do one like in Naples or something, or one like
Oh, do you want to- sorry.
in Pisa. And where are you off? Awesome.
Right.
I could do. Do you know what I mean? One like in Naples or
Yeah, a
Italy
few
or
people
something.
do that. Like,
And then,
like a
and
family one.
then do like another. Like,
I think we should go abroad.
I mean, you've got to fucking sort it out.
Oh,
You're the fucking
shit,
best
yeah.
man, aren't you?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Right.
I'll put together a proposal.
Nice. Love
Is it
that.
a treatment?
He already has.
Sit down,
He's
do you know what?
already done that.
The Amalfi would be perfect for you because you could have your hike. You could have your hike fix
Yeah.
and just boss fix. Or we could all hire boats and shit. It'd be fucking mint. You'd
Be
love
ridiculous.
Do you know
wouldn't
what's good about that?
Cigars.
This is making me feel better. Is like because it's not like a place you go to like just get absolutely fucking smashed.
it. No, it's
Because that's
boss.
not my idea of a fucking a good like stag do. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like the idea of just going and just like enjoy taking culture, just chilling.
I was going to say, as you get older,
I don't like the idea.
Change, is it?
Yeah, I don't like the idea of just going somewhere, just getting smart. It's not.
So we're not going to get you.
Stag do's are they're getting a bit more less.
I hate stag do's. I hate that stag do.
Inflatable sex doll vibes.
Just a problem on the earth, aren't they? Stag do's really. Do you know what I mean?
That being said, there is also a lot of stag do's aren't like that. Do you know what I mean? And just like people just actually just want to see the mates and have a nice time.
Yeah. I guess I'll return the t-shirts I've had made then.
Exactly, shit like that. I'm like,
of your head.
Pussy Patrol.
Yeah.
Fucking funny that.
Was it Mr. Big Dick or something?
Well, yeah.
So yeah, stag do's, holidays, summer.
Summer's upon.
Well, it's actually summer doesn't start for another month.
Yeah,
June 20th.
Is it not? You joking?
It's still spring.
It's still spring.
Is it?
Yeah,
which is my favourite, I must admit.
Well, I've got a little spring project. I'm going to try and grow like a bit of a wild flower meadow in the garden, I think.
Oh, sorry, just unrelated. You said grow a beard. I didn't shave the whole time I was there.
How was that?
And you would have wished I walked in today.
Oh, why didn't you take a photo?
Did you take a photo?
I didn't. It was fucking horrendous. I'm talking like when an 18-year-old tries to grow a beard.
It's more so,
three moustache hairs.
Oh, not a 31-year-old.
No, I didn't have a razor when I was there, and you just forget to go and get one.
And they're so fucking shit, like the little Bic ones, like
they're dangerous.
So,
one.
But that's unrelated. Just reminded me then because I was laughing at it.
What do you reckon you'd like with a beard?
You can put them filters on. It's funny.
I was thinking about
Tom with the tash with that hair is fucking genius.
Do you know?
It's quite.
I did it on the story. You know, we did
like Arizona, innit?
Yeah, me and Tom did like a Q&A on the stories the other day. Yeah, and we did it. And Tom
it
looked like a 70s.
I look like my Uncle Phil.
Why don't you get go to Turkey, get a beard transplant? They do that.
People do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's where you got yours done, isn't it?
Yeah, when I was 12.
No, 70 odd years ago.
And the rest.
Do you know when you notice like loads of school kids just like coming out of school at school time? I was driving the other day. There's always one lad with a massive fucking tash, isn't there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was Josh.
Yeah,
but it's not like thick. It's like it's been airbrushed on, isn't it? Like it's like faint, but hirsute. Do you know what I mean?
Hirsute.
Yeah. Do you remember Gary Neville's tash? Like,
yeah,
his was like that. Do you remember?
Yeah,
it was sort of like faint, wasn't it? But
shadow.
Anyway,
fairs. Yeah.
I thought the other thing we could talk about, more band related, was radio.
What about it?
Getting on the radio. I thought I liked, you know, when that lad
you've been listening to.
You know that lad who he's asking us about the other day, and I think people like it when we go in depth. You know about like.
I hadn't seen what was the response to the last.
That was good.
People like.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but you know when we go.
Give it a couple of minutes. Let's go. As in like
Yeah.
Let's explore it. If it's shit, move on.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know when people basically, you know, little things like we're talking about, like how advanced works.
Oh
like,
yeah.
How does the radio work?
Do you know what I mean? Miles said he thought it was like. You got $1 million quid. Do you know what I mean?
Let's educate people on the music industry.
It's an interesting little take in it, innit? So basically, our old radio plugger Jody,
big up,
Jody Camage. He messaged me and Tom, just basically laughing, saying
the sofas from Southport sound great. Said I was doing like an example on a saying.
Yeah.
Let's say the sofas from Southport have got a song out, and everyone starts bidding against each other.
Yeah.
So he texted us about that, and obviously then you thought about radio since that.
Yeah. And I thought
the sofas from Southport.
Because I remember we first thing was like, oh, you've got a radio plugger, and
so basically
try and get your mate. I was like, what? Do you know what I mean?
When you get signed, the label have an infrastructure, don't they? Of like jobs of team, and one of the jobs is radio plugger, and their job is to go into the radio and plug and say, Blossom's got a new song. Will you play it, basically?
Same for television as well.
And then you have a TV plugger. Yeah. If you're not signed, you can employ a radio plugger independently.
And a TV plugger, yeah.
And some independent ones work, often they don't work with labels.
I actually didn't know you could do that, you know.
Did you say?
No,
yeah.
That's what we've got now.
We've got
no, but up until recently.
Oh, sorry.
I thought they were just assigned. When
we first started, we could have just done that. Obviously, you don't have the money to pay for a radio plugger, and equally, a radio plugger can't work miracles in terms of just walk in and get your song on the radio.
It's not as easy as that.
The tune's got to be there, hasn't it?
Yeah,
the tune's got to be there. I think there's definitely a bit of, say, when you sign to a label, and say you're signed to the same label as Taylor Swift, for example, and you're walking in with the new Taylor Swift song, that song's going to walk onto the radio because of the
It's Taylor
high
Swift.
profile name. But what I think they do for new acts, they might try and use a bit of leverage.
Hmm.
Be like,
For
we'll
the new
give
acts.
you Taylor Swift's first play.
We'll
if
give you the exclusive Taylor Swift
Exactly.
play to play Blossoms at fucking 1 a.m. on the extra. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's usually how it works, isn't it? I would say.
100%. Yeah, I think so.
There was plug-in rooms at the BBC, wasn't
Still
there?
is.
It still is,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they go in, yeah. So that's another thing. I didn't know that until later on. So they go in with the team. So say, let's go back to the Zane Lowe days. Zane Lowe's team will listen. I don't know. Do they then feed it back to Zane
Let's
Lowe?
use the sofas.
I think it's.
So that,
I think it's the same as. I think it's. I think if they're there, they go in. If they're not there,
maybe
they go
Zane,
in.
maybe the actual.
How many
Wait.
people's in this room? Who's in it?
Well,
And who's
this is
been
the bit.
pitched?
I'm a bit foggy with this stuff. I'm not 100%. I don't know if the actual presenter of the show is in there, or whether his or her producers are in there, like listening to the song. Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes it's just someone who deals with the playlists. It's not even them, and then they get and say, "Yeah, that'll go on the playlist," and then
Oh,
the
playlist is
producers-
worth talking about. That's
then the
what you're
producers
aiming
and,
for,
yeah,
innit?
then the producers of the radio show and the hosts then listen to it and go, "Yeah, that sounds great. I want that."
So it's like
You'd be a good radio plugger.
Well, there's another side to it as well where you've got to sort of schmoo. You not got
This is
to,
what I mean.
but you go out and
You've
you
got
go.
to form relationships
Yeah,
with the producers,
you-
with the presenters.
You could
Do you reckon I would?
you could persuade someone that this particular shite song is really good. I think and that's a compliment.
I'll plug your music then.
You've not heard it yet.
But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I suppose.
But like you said,
Anything
so
else?
basically,
Playlists.
the thing you want to get on playlists, don't
Yep.
you? So they've what? There's an A, B.
Well, it works
Daytime,
differently.
ABC.
Let's
Cheers.
Radio 1 is A list, B list, C list. So usually you enter on the C list, unless, again, I keep going back to say you Taylor Swift, they'll just enter straight onto the A list.
They're almost anomalies, aren't they? There's no
Yeah,
point.
there's a few,
How much space is on this list?
there's like 10 tracks per letter.
15?
and obviously
15?
the,
It's about 15, isn't there? About
it's a
10,
hierarchy
15.
of frequency, isn't it? So obviously A will be played the most, B slightly
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
In the
And when you
rotation.
think, when you think that's not, so you're talking like maybe 40 songs in the day looped.
Yeah.
That's not
And-
a lot,
and it's not
really,
just
is
that.
it?
It's not just
No, I know. There's
They
like
play
shows,
they
live
can play
stuff.
whatever they want as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're like guaranteed to be played within rotation. So that's the way Radio 1 and Radio 2, Radio 6, the BBC ones work. Then Radio X, for example, is just daytime and evening. And the daytime playlist they don't have many songs. They'll have like 10 or 11 tunes on the daytime, which get heavy rotation. Then the evening list are more like late night, deeper cuts from not as big artists. Would probably be a fair way to say it.
Yeah, everyone starts there, don't we? We
Yeah,
started
so
on
that's basically it.
PRS? Is it
PRS?
PPL? I always get fucking mistaken for this
Both,
shit.
innit?
Is it?
there. So you basically get paid for
Performing.
performing
On the
on the song, and you also get paid for being a
Writing.
writer. Now Tom splits the writing.
Yeah, that's
For
worth
now.
noting, isn't it? I suppose.
Thank
100%.
you.
Well, there's actually a. Should we go to some questions? Because there's a question that leads into this a little bit,
Oh, is there?
and also then I thought we could go into some
But
fan
basically, you
questions.
get PRS is Is it called Performance Rights Society?
Performers' Rights Society.
Yeah, and so like if you open a shop, you have to pay PRS. That goes into a big pot.
Yeah.
You get if you get played on the radio, you get paid
Of royalty.
a royalty for the song. Obviously, it's not that much, but obviously, if your song gets smashed on it, then you can start to earn some okay money off it. But it's
You'll often
not.
see a little sticker in a bar or a cafe or a restaurant.
So
PRS.
go on, Miles.
Fake
Let's go into the
mostly.
fan bit.
Fan bit.
And Tom,
We've been on for half an hour, so
Thank you.
8R.
This is the fan bit. This is the fan bit.
So go on, Tom. You can read it out.
So this says from Kurt or Kerr, however you say
Kurt.
it, Murray. Hi, has Tom always been the resident songwriter for the band, or is there tracks that have been written by any other band members over the years that didn't make the cut? Also, has there been any plans for Charlie to sing lead on a song?
I said
Cheers,
this.
Kerr.
So, I mean, fucking hell, I've done good here, man. I'm like a presenter. I'm linking it all
Go
up
on
and
then, Joe.
everything now. Tom has always been the songwriter.
Yeah.
Because he's alright, isn't he?
Well, he's good at it, isn't he?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Charlie singing? No, but yeah.
No, but
Definitely,
yeah.
you'll defo sing. I can see you doing a verse. You've already kind of done it with the to-do list thing live, but I can see
weird,
you
it's-
doing a verse.
No,
I think it's one of them, like, I always feel you have to write the song to sing it. That's the way I see it. Do you know what I mean?
I think there's been
Call and response is where you've...
there's elements where there's like...
I don't mind them bits. Like, yeah.
I think
There's
it's
bits
cool
where his voice comes in quite prominent on, like you said, like a call and response bit. But I wouldn't be against that.
Yeah.
No, but I like
Doing a Tom impression.
You've always got to evolve as well, haven't you, and try and find new. I think if it suited it, I think it's all to do with. I think that's kind of what you're saying with writing it. In terms
I feel
of singing
like it feels a lot more special when you've written the song and then you're singing it because your lyrics aren't.
You're singing your.
Also, I think that even take the lyrics away, more like the way you write a song or whatever. It's kind of there's like a DNA in the way you sing, like weirdly, like my
totally.
Have you ever heard anyone else sing Charlemagne?
Yeah, when
it sounds a bit mad
when you hear someone cover it or something like that.
Yeah, like some songs can be. Like some songs I think can be sung by other people.
Melisma.
Say like Blown Rose, I reckon any decent good singer could do a job of it. Whereas I think these certain songs, I think the song would have to lend itself to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What examples of bands where they've done that? Obviously, you've got like fucking... You got Oasis, haven't you? Fucking Noel and Liam, that's obvious.
Elders did Brick by Brick. That's like one song he sang.
Yeah, other examples. People do it, don't they?
I'm trying to think.
It's slightly more niche.
I really enjoy...
Didn't the interview with Alex Turner that says the only reason he let Elders do that is because he didn't want to say I want to rock and roll 3 times.
Yeah,
Bread.
I really enjoy
two singers.
Yeah.
Who's that, mate?
Bread.
Yeah.
It was David Gates, but then it was Jimmy.
Yeah.
What's his face?
But it's interesting, isn't it? Because you're mostly known for the singing as your band. So there is the other thing. If you do got a song that's completely
when you've got the frontman as well, it's like
I was going to because I also
a whole song.
I think
if you wrote it and it was your song and it meant a lot to you and like that kind of shit, that makes sense.
ABBA though, because obviously that the guys wrote for the girls to sing. So it's weird because so they're writing. I mean the songs. Sometimes they're just stories, as yours are, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that they're writing with them in mind.
I was going to say that's it's
sometimes
weird.
They sang, but
Tom's a writer, but no one's ever come to my knowledge with the tune. No. And obviously there's little moments where Tom would be like, "Oh, I need a little."
Come Sunday, you did half of that one, didn't you?
Yeah. It was like a little bit of a collaboration, but that was like way back.
No, yeah. I'm trying to think of any. Yeah,
that was more like a riff and a verse for me. It wasn't really. But I just going back to singing, I just like being involved in the arrangement of the harmonies. I love singing the harmony.
Yeah, it's
and that's like my thing. Do you know what I mean?
I think going forward, I could see it happening at some point. I don't know where.
Do you reckon someone else will bring the tune in?
Just wait until I
100%.
Wait till I start singing.
It's just when you've got such a good songwriter in the band, you don't want to be like,
I've got a song.
Yeah, it's the Ringo fridge magnet thing in it.
Yeah,
the guy.
We'll put it right here.
Do you know what I mean?
Right on the refrigerator.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all good at it.
It's got to be good. If anyone's going to bring anything, it's got to be really good because Tom's so prolific, isn't he? That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think there's something scary as well about opening yourself up in that way. Is
and there's that, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you could.
I think it takes time as well. I think like now,
yeah.
If it isn't good, you just do another one, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like there wouldn't be any judgment, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care if anyone was like,
next
I've got
week,
a tune.
I've got a tune.
Let's all premiere our best song each.
We should actually do 1 week. We should actually try and write a song.
We said we were going to do that like last year. Do you remember that?
It could be funny and we did say this.
No, we said this last year. It's like everybody should write a verse, do some like write a verse to a song.
We should come in and try and write a tune and see what happens.
Not each. Wait, no, I can't remember what it was.
It's been bits on this album. Do you know what? It has happened on other albums, but where it's come from, like when we went away in Wales,
collaborative
with Kira.
Yeah, but
there's been loads of moments over the years.
There's been loads actually.
It's always been a bit like that every now and then, but you're still the song. You're still the main songwriter. I think it's something. I know what you mean.
It's something I've done it from being like 14, like religiously. So it's kind of like I don't.
It's probably your favourite part of being in a band and being the songwriter.
But I don't think you can just do it.
No, I don't think
so. You'd have to chip away. I think maybe you could. What do I know? You might just wake up one day. Chaz might. Someone might just be like, "Here's a boss tune."
But it ain't coming from me.
I see it as I see it as like
I tell you that for free.
Well, I see it as like levels. Like I think like footballers. I think you can learn and be like really good at football and like really train it and really practice and be good.
I suppose it's a skill, innit? You'd have to train it.
Like Messi, who were just like born with like a gift. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they train and stuff and do it, but they're just they're just better. Do you know what I mean? I think you're always going to have writers who are just like better, and these songwriters who can just write tunes and just
it comes from the soul, innit?
Yeah, on another place, on another thing, but then you've got people who like maybe go to college and learn it, and they're good songwriters, but it's just not Do you know what I mean? They just don't hit
there.
that other level. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that other level is the thing that makes songwriters special. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the thing. And I think it makes it special because you can't just learn it. It's the same with art, and it's the same with. I think it's the same with any creative thing.
Everybody's good at least one thing.
You find your
everyone
thing,
on the
yeah,
planet.
100%.
Honestly, every single person is good at least one thing.
So I watched
It's a nice way of putting it, that, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
I watched
Moving on.
I watched a really interesting video the other day, and it was this guy talking, and he was basically saying that when you're a kid, you.
Sponge brain.
Well, no, not just that, but like you're not scared. You're not scared to fail. Do you know what I mean? So you try everything. If I said try and draw this, like you do it, and you're not bothered about failing it because you're a kid. But then the way like the way education system's set, it's like failing's a bad thing. You fail a test, it's a negative. You fail this, it's bad. So then you all of a sudden your sort of brain switches where to fail anything or do bad at anything is seen as a massive negative.
Yeah.
And like,
you don't want to start.
You're not good enough. Or you failed. Do you know what I mean? You failed that. You failed this test. You failed that. Whereas like it shouldn't be that, like, because everyone knows to get to where you are, you've got to fail because that makes you better.
Success,
I always liked painting the walls. I always liked painting walls and decorating.
Yeah.
I did it really badly once when I first moved into my gaff. Used wood underlay or whatever it's called.
Undercoat.
Paint on, paint off. I've not done it since. I'm scared of decorating.
You'll never do that again.
That's
I'll never do it again.
But you never do that mistake again. You should paint again because you like it.
Nah, because it's a fucking faff trying to get it off. Do you know what? Get me some plywood and I'll paint it.
No, do it.
From Luke Bradford.
That's the title.
Get me plywood and I'll paint it.
From Luke Bradford.
Do it again. I hear you.
From Luke Bradford.
All right, Bosh, going for the big one. Go on.
From Luke Bradford. From Luke Bradford. Hello, Blossoms. Tonight I missed the Northern Lights all because I was
Boring
in.
lights.
Tonight I missed the Northern Lights all because I was in a Blossoms rabbit hole showing my parents all of your music videos and new song. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, sorry. I was annoyed until I realised my dog come outside with me for a cigarette. Yeah. Me not the dog. He just likes playing in the garden when I smoke. I understand. And then I realised that we were just one of 4 billion that most likely missed the Northern Lights. Yep. I thought... I can't read, man. I thought he missed the meaning of both the Blossoms new music video and what the Northern Lights actually were. He's a dog, and they don't tend to understand that stuff to my knowledge. So why should I be upset at missing them too? So he's saying like the dogs missed them, so why should he be upset about missing them?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean... Don't compare yourself to other people, first of all.
No, all other
comparison
animals.
is the thief of joy.
Yes.
Well done.
Nice.
Right, if you've not turned off, here's the next bit. It made me feel better knowing that I can watch you and Sean Dyche in a video and you at Heaton Park with a bit of meaning rather than seeing some stupid lights fly around. So why be upset at missing a few lights in the sky?
Well, he does sound quite upset about missing the lights.
To be honest
I
with
think
you,
at the end of it, he came to terms with missing the Northern Lights.
But yeah, many hours later.
do you know what? It's nice to know that I've had an insight into Luke's mind and evening there.
I feel like you connected with him a bit.
Yeah,
there.
but it's, you know, sometimes you miss things that you don't actually know you're about to witness or do. But
the rabbit hole thing caught my attention because I've wondered this recently.
I've done that the other day.
But no, when I was younger, when I was say like 14 or something, when YouTube had just kicked off, I used to go in rabbit holes for like Oasis and watch Liam and Noel interviews and Arctic Monkeys and watch their interviews, and I'd spend
I did it
like
with Muse.
Yeah, but you'd spend hours and you'd like when you'd find one that you hadn't watched and it had like 1,000 views, you'd be like, "Where's this one
like
come
gold,
from?"
innit?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you ever go on forums?
No, I didn't.
I never
went on
went to forums.
I found like a forum which had like loads of like really HD like gigs and all that stuff. But do you know what's interesting? Going on a rabbit hole with your favourite band, but now because everything's all new, everything's new. And you probably don't give a fuck as much.
But then I just thought
everything's like
people will do that for us. You know what I mean? Say
they
just heard about us. There's a lot to explore. Like all of these podcasts from like day one. Like if I just discovered us, I'd be like, oh my god, there's so much shit I can just watch.
Do you know what I mean?
There's like 35 hours of us.
I remember like stumbling on
these.
the, which I don't know why I never think, but like the A View From.
you
Yeah,
followed
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Like the
used to
Indies
be
ones,
Tour
I mean,
Diaries and
I
stuff.
remember getting on the
Yeah.
old tour and being like, oh my God, and like watching them and being like, that's class.
I just thought of people
It was
doing that for our
A
stuff.
Did they do a
little
podcast?
tour documentary.
Oh,
No, it
that
was like
thing.
Matt Elders did it barely, wasn't
Arctic
it?
Monkeys. Yeah,
And there's always that joke, wasn't he, of Alex Turner making
Other
Margarita.
cocktails. yeah.
margaritas in the
Margarita?
finger and the
being
guy,
rude to the guy
the
on
guy on the
purpose.
camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
I just thought people doing it for us was a strange
nice,
thing.
thank you.
But they will
It's,
obviously do it, won't they?
Do you want me to read out?
I was going to read out the next one.
Also, yeah.
Weirdly, Finley Bradford. I wonder if Luke and Finley are
Did you do that on purpose or not?
related. No, I didn't know. Hi lads. Not sure if it's been mentioned on the pod before, but my Uncle Chris watched you guys at Night and Day years back and mentioned, I mentioned about the key necklaces you were wearing. Thank you. I saw Tom and Joe still wearing them on BBC interview a few months ago and wondered what the backstory was. P.S. I've attached... he basically attached a photo of the OG Blow and Cut Me Now Bleed.
So you used to work at Timpson's, didn't you? Cutting keys.
Cheap, man. Do you know what? The keys is weirdly...
Do you know what? In Timpson's in Stockport, because I've been in a few times over the years, there's a sign fucking... What is it? An inlay of a shoe? What's it called? What?
An insole.
Have we
Insole.
done?
No, just me.
Oh right. Well, whilst you were in there, yeah.
Sad insole on the wall. He's dead sound, the guy.
Oh, he's sound, yeah.
We did it there, didn't we? Once.
What?
I went in to get my shoes stretched once.
Oh, I
And
remember
the bloke
that.
was like, "I'll knock you some money off if you can sign these soles."
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh shit! Yeah, I think
remember?
I've signed more since then. Boss, but yeah, it's
Just
class,
Tom
that.
Orthopedic Ogden.
Yeah.
The story of the keys is my mum. My mum's a cleaner, and she used to clean for a guy who she really looked up to, Mr. Bruce, and he had the keys in his wall. And basically, when he passed away, my mum liked the keys. She then had the keys in her house. I just thought it was cool, and when I was going out to like 42s and Death
Nightclubs in
Institute,
Manchester.
yeah, trying to be dead indie, thought that'd be cool on a necklace. Did that. Tom thought, you like the vibe as well, didn't you,
I
T?
liked it.
So then I was like, I've got another one, I'll give you one. So me and Tom just started wearing them.
And that was literally it.
And that was it.
Still
But
fucking got it on now.
was
I
at
like
the
your
same-
look.
At the same time, it was it sort of things started going well for us.
It
as
was
a
like
band.
a
It's like the start of the band as well. And
like a superstition thing.
yeah.
Well, mine's more just I like the way it looks. It was a bit of jewellery.
Yeah.
As a late teen going
Yeah, that was
out
basically
in
how it
Manchester,
started.
it was like, I'm going to wear a tweed jacket and a chain.
Yeah, chain.
Yeah.
That was
There
basically
was
That
a
was
period
dead.
where we all had the same outfit on, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was our first ever gig. We coordinated and said we'll all black and a tweed blazer and black turtlenecks. And it was just when we
Picture
were
of me at Corbières, isn't
when
there?
we were four
Boss.
piece. So obviously
Yeah.
me,
Whiff.
yeah,
Tash.
Tash
tight.
Quiff.
Josh,
16.
Josh,
That was
Josh,
one of those young Tashes.
Josh Quiff here was tight.
You like the quiff, don't you?
Yeah.
I think you should bring it back.
I do.
Nothing there to bring back.
There is. Daft.
No, it's just.
Go on then, Chaz.
All right, Lars. I'm going through a weird transitional period in my life, and I feel like I'm outgrowing my childhood friends. I'm 24 and currently trying to better myself and grow as a person, do something with my life, and I feel like my mates are happy sitting still, if that makes sense. It's Friday night, I'm on a walk to grab some Guinness, listening to your latest podcast, and already looking forward to the next one. I would love to hear some advice from you lads, as I look up to you lot and aspire to have a solid group of mates like you lads one day.
That's nice.
P.S. I once sold some goldfish on Pets for Homes to a fellow who lives on one of your roads in Stockport. Dry chaps.
Well, that's quite a intense one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm here for
I like the Annie.
I know exactly
agony
how.
aunt.
Do you know what? I think everyone's been through this.
Yeah. You get to a stage, don't you? And it's weird because I've got mates who I remember at the time feeling a bit the same, and obviously now they've gone their own path and they're buzzing in.
I think luckily me personally, we started this, but I was 19 when we started the band, so I never really felt that much, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because
Because you're so young
He's
still,
saying he's 24.
24 maybe, like if I felt like that at 24 I'd probably be able to relate more. Like luckily we found all of us were on the same page, weren't we?
Yeah.
We wanted
Early on.
we wanted the band
Yeah.
to do well from the start, and we were all pulling in the same direction, whereas I personally didn't have that thing of being like with your mates being like, I'm trying to get out. We just got dead busy from being pretty young personally.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think it's a very natural process though. When you get
Shit.
you get into your 20s and you're doing your own thing and you discover that you don't have to follow what your friends are
everyone's
doing if that's
doing,
not what you're
No.
seeing.
I was
But
gonna
also,
say,
And
yeah.
you can still remain friends.
it doesn't mean you have to grow. Like you may just grow naturally apart. It doesn't mean you have to fall out and you have to abandon them. You know.
Oh, I've not. Either some of my mates, like Steve Wild, it's one of my oldest mates, and I'm proper close to, but I've not spoken to him for like a few weeks now. Do you know what I mean? And it's just
Yeah,
like
you
That's
can
also
just
just
give
a
that
part of growing
vibe.
up, innit?
But then whenever I see him,
Me
it's
and
just
Budgie
bang.
like that.
Yeah.
Like, but then sometimes then you'll start texting one night and then you're texting like for ages. Do you know what I mean? Like I think them
It's just
friends you've been
normal.
with, it's natural to have different 'cause
Friendship groups
Yeah,
as well.
and even like career paths end up dictating it a bit, don't
Yeah,
they?
of course.
And your
it is.
taste
People who are in
changes.
normal jobs, you end up hanging around with people from work. You become close to the people. You spend the most time with the people you work with, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why if you can get a good group of people you work with, it's good. So I
was
think
gonna
it's
say,
natural to be in
even
your
with-
20s
even
and
with this
growing
as well,
apart
like-
from your childhood mates. But I don't necessarily, like Josh said, I don't think it needs to be
No.
a bad thing. You still
Not at
stay
all.
mates, but you should
You-
pursue something
You
that's
don't
going
have
to
to
make
sever
you
ties, do you?
satisfied.
Nah.
You should
Or burn
chase your-
bridges.
You should chase whatever you're
Also,
into.
you know what I mean? Like you go in your own path and you do things. Like if he's saying he's vibing somewhere else, do you know what I mean? Like if it's say a hobby or something, you find mates there and you find a different circle of friends, and that's all. Like we're on here this podcast now, and obviously we're all dead close mates, but it's not like we don't spend loads of time together outside of what we do as a band, because also it's when then we come together like to do this and like I think it's nice. You know what I mean? It's nice
yeah.
to see each other. It's a good vibe. Like too much of anything is a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? Like after tours, sometimes we're a bit like fucking hell. I just need like a fucking week off and not seeing everyone. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like we're very lucky. We've always had like a solid group of mates since we were young, haven't we?
Yeah.
Still to this day. And even when the band kind of kicked off, they were very supportive. They all used to come to the gigs, and that's never changed really.
That's what I was going to say. Adding on to that though, is that like your true friends will respect
They'll always stick with you.
the direction in which you
100%.
And
go.
vice versa
Yeah.
as well.
Even if at first it's a bit frosty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Always works out.
Exactly.
I'd say you've probably got the closest mates though, in like terms of like from childhood. Like you see
I think, yeah.
you see your mates like you were talking before, Steve.
And they
like
all
barbecue.
collectively see each other a lot, don't they?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
probably, on average, like 2-3 times a week.
That's what like
I think a lot of our mates from school have got kids, haven't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
Our school mates thing dynamic is more like they've got sort of their own pockets, and then we've got like. Do you know what I mean? We all text each other like, and we see each other like once a month. Where we're like, we've got to see, and make an effort to see each other. Where yours is like, it's like every week and night.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But do you know what I think's really nice as well is if all of our individual friendship groups came together, they all know each other.
Oh yeah, which they have a
Yeah,
few
it's
times.
like my wedding.
It's hybrid,
they're all
isn't it?
there.
They all have a
Don't-
laugh.
And they all have a laugh individually,
gigs.
Yeah,
which
it's a
is
good-
so
good
nice.
vibe, yeah.
That's so rare.
Yeah, there's been crossovers, hasn't like Jordan Orton and now Joe Light. Say
Yeah.
Joe
Yeah.
Light's kind of was mates with you,
Yeah.
and obviously you growing up.
Yeah.
Jordan Orton is your mate.
Yeah.
Jordan Orton is arguably the reason you ended up in the band, because
Nice one.
we became. I became friends with Jordan at a party.
Jordan came up to you, didn't he? Went, I want to dress like you.
Yeah, I love the way you dress and you love Oasis. Love it.
I remember him walking down Woodlands Drive just before the band. He was in a big like Kershaw's Tannery sheepskin. And when he had the quiff and he was like,
Yeah.
he holds his mouth like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the orb.
Bless him.
So yeah, there's been
Them two just come- them two
cross
come-
contamination of the friendship groups in a positive way.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Pollination.
But yeah, I mean,
But yeah, just going back to that, Miles, sorry. Go on.
I don't know. There's a big difference between your early 20s and your later 20s as well. With
That's true.
yourself, your friends, your life, and I think like 24, 25, maybe that is you've had the same shit since you've been 18 for like 5, 6, 7 years, haven't you?
Well, added to that, I remember me and you speaking about this.
He's had
and
COVID as well.
I felt like that.
Yeah.
I felt like that a bit later on. Do you remember you was like, I just want to go out to like a nightclub, and I was like, I can't be arsed with that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you were like, oh, I want that. And I was like, one day you'll turn
Just-
around to me and
just
say,
more so when he said sitting,
going to a
like-
pub and sitting down with your mates is the thing.
I don't know if he
want to
means like going out and other things. You're saying sitting still. It's like maybe if you're going out a bit too much as well, you can just slow down and just
Well, maybe
find
he's got-
something
maybe he's
else.
got-
Maybe he wants to travel more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
You know what I mean? Like
do
he
more.
doesn't
I
want
don't know.
to stay wherever.
Maybe he's just got aspirations to do something. But basically, I'd say
You can still be friends with people as long as they're not dragging you down. Like, why are you doing that? Like,
Josh gave the best advice when he said, if they're really your true mates, whatever you do,
They'll support you.
they'll stand by you
Yeah.
and support you. Do you know what I mean? So, and I don't see it as like as you against them. I think that's the negative thing. That you might be putting on there. The other thing is just do you, and if they're happy for you, they'll be happy for you. If they're not, then
Some people want a
So be it.
nightclub, some people want to slow down.
Hey,
hey, well done,
Yes.
yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Shall we go to Mark Lever now?
Yeah. Last one now, guys. Okay.
This is the last
Mark
one now,
Lever,
yeah?
so are we.
Actually, with that, I'll find something because someone else has emailed in apparently.
Yeah, there's a fun. You need to go through.
Oh, Josh, actually, before we carry on,
Yeah.
Beth, I saw Beth yesterday, your sister,
Yeah.
and she said you've got a funny story.
Oh yeah, well, Actually, I was going to slip this in as a negative YouTube comment. It's not, and it doesn't concern us. It's just a funny review that was on TripAdvisor for this. She said the background story was some power steering went on the car, so they had to go to a garage. One of them. This was the review on the garage. It says here, 2 ginger cats were. Oh, but bear in mind this is a 1-star review. 1 out of 5. 2 ginger cats were outside fornicating, which means, having sexual intercourse. The owner came out and refused to move them, stating, "Mother Nature is a fine thing." And it says, the cats then approached me and the owner encouraged them. My wife was horrified.
What the fuck?
So I was like, forward me that because that's a belter.
So, the 2 cats were shagging.
Yeah. But the owner was encouraging it because Mother Nature's a fine thing.
The other thing is, like, I know, how do
You can't give a 1-star review because some cats. Were
do
I know,
you
yeah.
encourage
If
that?
it was like, my handbrake's gone or something, then
Yeah, or like the cat's like shit in the car or something like that.
Eddie, do you want me to just do this last one on the sheet?
I mean, like the cats had like overstepped the mark.
So basically, the email I was trying to find is my dad, but he's definitely got the wrong email address because it's not coming up when I put his name in.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, is it what?
Do you know what it is, what he said?
I know what he said.
Go
I'm
on.
trying to remember.
Don't say that.
No, I'll remember. I can remember it. I
Go on.
remember what he emailed.
Go on, do it.
He
Number
told
5.
Kate on the phone, so he's
Number
tried
5.
to email and he's obviously emailed the wrong email address. But
Wait there, what is the
question-
right email? You need to redo this jingle, because people are getting it wrong.
No, they're not.
It's Blossom's Pubcast.
No, they're not. They're clearly not. blossomspubcast@gmail.com.
Blossom's Pubcast at
Right, what we doing here? What we doing here?
Anyway,
Right.
it's
really funny.
Right,
so
who's
Ian
going first?
Donovan
Ian
has
Donovan
emailed,
first.
which is Joe's dad.
Yeah.
We can't find the email, but I think it might be
Has he-
there.
has he
somewhere.
emailed?
Yeah. He said, get Tom to check the email.
He's not gone
So-
under a different name, has he?
But he said he's put it under his name. His question was, there's one question for you.
Hello.
So for Miles, why does an itch itch?
I've googled this before, and I've forgotten what the answer is. An itch. Why does an itch itch? It's something to do with an irritation of, like, I think something to do with like that. Where the hairs come out.
The follicle.
Follicles. An irritation of follicles.
So he's a follicle irritation.
I think so.
Good band name, that.
Follicle
Yeah?
irritation.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Quite
Sounds like,
tamer, isn't it? That.
sounds like a heavy band name, that.
And then the other one, his other question was to everyone: what's the first drink you have in the morning and the last drink you have at night?
Oh, we all know what
My
it
dad's
is.
his coffee, yeah, 100%.
coffees.
Do you know what mine is? Water.
Tea.
Is water?
Water.
Well,
Pint of
tea
water
or-
in the morning.
tea,
pint
wine or
before
beer?
bed. Piss at 3 a.m.
Well, I have a water. Do you know what, mine's water and then peppermint tea.
I think I would probably be the same now.
Suppose everything's water, innit?
Mine would be a cup of, on the whole, for my majority of my adult and from however old I was when I started drinking cups of tea, can't remember. Tea.
Tea's the first
I'd have a
drink.
brew in the morning, but
How much caffeine is in tea? Because I used to
A
have a
fair
brew.
amount.
But I used to have a
Quite
brew
a lot.
before bed, and probably that's why I couldn't
doesn't
sleep.
seem as much as coffee though, does it?
No, it
Is that
isn't as much.
placebo?
No, it's
isn't,
not. It's
it
not. It's
isn't.
not. There's no. I don't think it's as much as coffee, but
Also-
it's still very high.
This is just a side note. Why don't they notate the caffeine content on shit?
Notate.
It annoys me. I have to Google everything. They should put it on there. Salt, protein, caffeine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They should do, shouldn't they?
Salt, bloody caffeine.
Caffeine.
Josh,
Right.
But yeah, on the
Yeah.
whole, it would be tea. Of late, I've got into coffee. So
Coffee.
I've been having coffee
Do you-
as my
do you know
first
what I
drink
buzz
and
off?
peppermint tea. But I'll go tea and peppermint tea.
I buzz off Tom. Tom's got into coffee now, right? But he's stopped drinking for a little. Well, just stopped drinking, but he's got well into his coffee. Like when we was the other day, he's like, "I want an artisan coffee." Yeah, you're not just
You
having
want it
any
to be
old
good
coffee.
if you're having one.
I don't
Treacle.
blame you.
We've been on this for years.
Oh yeah,
I never recall
you'll be like down with them and on the tour bus with like coffee hour and stuff.
I've been drinking fresh coffee since about 7.
Fresh
I don't
coffee.
know why that makes me laugh.
Honestly,
Charles, what do you reckon your first and last drink is?
it's coffee. But when me and Josh lived together, I got a new Bialetti mocha pot. You know, that you put on the stove.
Yeah.
And what did you call it? You and Tommy Harrison.
Oh, a mug of espresso.
Because it was that much.
He was
It's
drinking a
so
mug of
thick,
espresso.
innit?
Right. Speaking of the
says-
effects of coffee,
Yeah, here we
Chaz
go.
has
This is
just
funny, this.
showed me an email here from Martin Hughes,
I've got 2 emails. I've got Martin Hughes and Mark Lever.
and it says, "The Enema Blossoms. Hi Blossoms, love the podcast and the new tune. Listening to the recent episode of the podcast and your enema conversation, I have decided to give you all enema-related names. So this is the Enema Blossoms. Tom Clogden.
Wow! Wow, that's great.
Plead vocals, is it?
Oh, he's
You good?
And then Miles Biglog on this. Wait for it. On the synthesizer.
Who is he's good.
Get on this. Josh Poohurt's lead shitar.
This is great.
This is the best one
This
here.
is the best one here. Get on this. Sharty Salt on the ass.
Suck off the beat.
Genius.
He took off the beat.
He took off the beat.
Here we go. Joe Dunk.
Dungavan.
Joe Dunkhaven on the bums.
It's so
The best bit though. Can't wait to see you all on the new tour. Kindest regards, Martin.
Honestly,
that should be the clip that goes
right,
out.
we're
fucking
fucking
great.
with 31 and that's
fucking
fucking made us all in.
Let's leave it on a high.
Yeah,
That
that's,
was-
that's the best.
No, you
Read
have
that
to
next week. We'll read it
Read that
next week.
Okay,
Honestly,
we'll
that
read
was
it next
brilliant.
week.
Right, blossomspodcast@gmail.com. See you all very soon.
Bye.
That's the last one we shared anyway.